Hello everyone. I know nobody likes long stories, so here's a brief distraction while I give a quick rundown of why I'm making this video. But in high school I built a bunch of Gundam kits, and I started collecting a whole lot of them at the ending. My friends and I started making mass orders from Japanese stores or other online ones, like I don't even know if it still exists, the now maybe gone Yahoo stores was one of the ones that I found I'd got some of these from. But I got about 7 or 8 kits, and then I went off to college, and I didn't have room to take them with me, so they stayed at my parents' place. Sometime while I was gone, they had to do a bunch of construction to the house, they moved a bunch of my stuff around, and a few years later I tried to find the kits, and I couldn't find them. A few years later, I get back in the Gundams, and I'm thinking, okay, I know I had 2 or 3 kits I never built, let's go back and find those. I searched and searched and searched, couldn't find it, didn't have time. Came back again, looked some more, couldn't find them, asked Mom, she said, they'd be in your closet. I looked in the closet, went through everything, nothing. About a year later, I just assumed maybe I imagined it all, maybe I thought about ordering these and I never did. A year later, we're clearing out the basement for a yard sale, and bam, I find a box full of Gundam kits. So without wasting any more time, because nobody wants to sit here staring at the guy on while I talk, on to the boxes. Alright, and for the first ancient discovery I got my Gundam X divider here. The first thing you'll notice is it says high grade, and it also says 1/100th. Or now that I look at it, it doesn't actually say that on the box, but that's what size it is. You'll have to believe me on that. You'll see it on other ones and maybe the side of the box. But it's interesting because all the kits back in the 90s, the 1/144th scale was the crappy scale that had no grade, and this was the really awesome scale. And now, for whatever reason, high grade is a smaller, and 1/100th has become no grade. I just always thought that was a really weird change. I was really confused when I first got back in the Gunpla for the first time in, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years or whatever. But, you know, just like today, the bottom of the box is just the front cover, cut down. Got a few little pictures on here of what it looks like. You know, same as we have today. There's 2 other kits in the series. I have both of these guys, and they were both very good builds. I don't know yeah, it's a drawing, so it doesn't really show it, but, you know, for whatever reason, these kits, the Gundam X 1/100th, they have, yeah, like I said, there it is. They just have a huge amount of panel lighting, like it's insane. Here's a few more. He's got his awesome shield shooting the beam harmonica. It's the most threatening name ever. I always like the weird little, you can attach to his back and use it for more thrust. The first scene that it shows up and he just face plants in the snow. I don't think he ever used that at all, the little grenade thing. That's interesting. And it was a 1,500 yen kit, so, you know, 15 bucks or so. This is pretty, all of these are pretty cool. I really like their Leopard. I really love the Vertigo I have. I thought that I had ordered this one, but when I couldn't find it, I just assumed, okay, I must have made a mistake and screwed up. Much like I just now realized my fan is on, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Not worry about editing or reshooting this. Little note, I actually did this video earlier, and I screwed up. I don't know if it didn't save or what, but it's gone, so this is actually my second time, so if I forget something or do something retarded, that might be because of that. Or it might not be. Anyway, I figured, okay, I probably just wanted to order this kit and I never did, but I did. My next kit is one that was a little upsetting to me, the F91, and the reason this one was upsetting was I was very certain I had ordered this, and when I couldn't find it, it was one of the kits that I just kind of knew I had ordered, and when I couldn't find it, it was really confusing. So I'm glad I do have it, and I didn't lose my mind and imagine ordering the kit of my favorite mobile suit, which is now funny because at the time this was the only one, and you know, now we've got, you know, the white and blue high grade, we've got the white and blue master grade, we've got the steel series coming, and, you know, of course the Tamashii Nations. But it's still really cool. I want to show this in a later video. It's got some interesting things on it that they don't do on kits anymore. But, you know, again, the bottom is just, you know, top again. I gotta turn this one sideways to show the pictures upright for some reason. And these are, also again, these are older kits, so they don't usually have very amazing posability. Usually everything is a single joint. Same story there. And, you know, VSBRs look like they have a decent amount of movement. I don't know if that's true. And a little note here, you do have both faces for VF91. A little upsettingly, it's not two different heads, but you have to take the head apart and put the other one front on. So I don't think anyone's ever really gonna mess with doing that. It's got some nice little cool details on it. And what was this kit? 1400. This is early 90s kit or so. I'm happy to have it still, just out of this being my favorite of the mobile suits or favorite Gundam. But time to move on. The next one is another one I was really upset by, the Airmaster Burst. Not that it's a super favorite kit or anything. This is another 1/100th high grade. But speaking of that F91, much smaller and everything, but it's also a high 1/100th. It's just small mobile suit. But again, just I knew I had ordered this kit. I knew it so hard. I knew I had seen the box many times. I talked to a friend about it. This is one of the ones I searched for many times, and when I couldn't find it, like I felt like did I just go insane? I don't understand, because I know for a fact that I had this kit, but couldn't find it anywhere. My parents swore that they hadn't left them behind anywhere, but here we go. And again, same story on this guy. This guy at the bottom, top. Why can't I speak? Again, the same story on this guy. Top and bottom is just the front cut down. On the side, we've got these. I really like the guns the Airmaster Burst has. I still don't know if I like the Airmaster of this one better, because they both have just something about them. The way they look is great. And then we have some other kits over here. We've got the Double X with the G Falcon, which is a really cool thing, because the Gundam X, they had the G Falcon and it could attach to all the Gundams, which is a little weird since these were upgraded and it still fit them, I guess, perfectly fine. But it's really cool that they had this, and you could do it for real with all the kits. Someday maybe I'll get a G Falcon, but I'm not too excited on that idea. It'd just be nicer if they made something new, but I really doubt they'd make it. They might do the main Gundams at most. And Leopard Destroy. Top is the same. You have some action shots here, transformation, and right here, you can see that the Airmaster Burst can dock with the G Falcon kit. And this guy is 1,500 yen, so another around $15 or so kit. And again, just a lot of lining and detail and stuff on these Gundam X ones. This weird. I've actually read threads on various different Reddits where people will complain about it's too many and too much to line, and they hate it. And they really hate it, all the lines. So for my next kit, speaking of hate, that's really weird. I don't know why this kit was in the box. I don't know why. Like, maybe I kept the box as a warning to myself, because I hated this kit. This is probably still my most hated, least favorite kit I've ever built. The Gundam F90 L-Type. The L stands for loser. I remember looking at this on the shelf in the store for a while, and a little note for Dan the Plastic Man, look where I got it from. It's an old model store that's been dead for years. It is just a terrible kit. I mean, it's kind of funny, because that pose you see it on in the cover, that's about the pose you can get the kit in. I don't believe it could aim the gun any higher than that. Like, when I posed it, the very brief time that I actually posed it, it was on the edge of the shelf aiming down. Very soon after that, though, the way I posed it was I took it apart, had it in pieces, and I had I think Gundam Sandrock standing over it like it had just cut it to shreds. Which is also funny, because I never liked the Sandrock, so I figured it would be best to have a suit I didn't like destroyed this one. Same story on the bottom. For some reason it switched. It's on the left on this one. And again, for Dan, look where it's from. Rest in peace, old store we used to get all our kits from. For too much. And I kept stuff in here. I'll show that in a bit. Here it is, with its gun aimed at maximum height. It's got a lot of equipment on it. Like, it looks really interesting. Kind of a mess. I think a lot of these things can actually move much out of the position you see them in here. Same story on here. You could also, not put it in L-type mode, but even this kind of stunk. Just all the joints were really weak for some reason. The plastic looked really cheap. Like, it just, I don't know what it was. Like, every aspect of this kit was just not cool. The shield looked bad. Oh man, I remember this is something I mentioned earlier. The stickers on this kit are the worst stickers I've ever dealt with. I've got kits from back then where the stickers are still on them, mostly fine. Within one day, like half the stickers on this guy were coming apart, peeling up. It's got a blue beam saber though, so maybe that saves the whole kit. It's not a red saber like you get. And then a very insulting. Oh god. Take a look. You know, this is the one bad thing about buying it from stores versus online or Japan. 1,500 yen price. What was that on the front again? 30 bucks. It's an insulting price to pay for a piece of garbage. Anyway, there's all the garbage rattling around inside. One thing that we miss out on from me not having the video from earlier is initially this stupid gun here. Where is it? One of the sticker here was popped up. The sticker can't stay on the gun to save its life, but it stuck to the cover enough that I kind of ripped the cover a little bit. A little piece of it was stuck on the tape, but like, what happened? But yeah, look at this stupid gun. So I guess it's kind of cool. Doesn't really have. I'm looking through the camera and I can't find the piece. It doesn't move a whole lot. And I can imagine they probably could have done maybe one piece in plastic on here, but it's cheap old high grade. So I understand the stickers. I just hate their quality and the kit. So the other funny thing is I had set this box aside to throw away after the other video. So you know, just once again, in celebration of my never-ending love and respect for this kit, let's get this out of here. I almost threw it that way earlier, but it would land in some stuff and make a mess, so goodbye. And the next ancient discovery kit is the Gundam Leopard Destroy, or, as it says on here, the Gundam Leopard D. Make any jokes you will on that, I guess. But again, you can just see, you know, it's tons of, like, I'm pretty sure the kit had more lines than the picture even shows. But again, your 1/100th high grade, you know, weird thing of the past. I thought I had ordered this one, but when I decided that I never ordered anything, I understood because I like the Leopard more, so I just figured maybe I considered, and I didn't do it. The box is really interesting too. If you can see it, like there's the guns shooting, there's the gun, just interesting backgrounds of some of these old ones. You know, same story on the bottom as all others. And there it is, you know, posing. It can't do a whole lot being an old kit. Again, they only have single joints. I really like that weird axe it has, those strange little short / almost no handle axe. It's kind of cool. I can't really think of anything else that has something like that. It kind of makes me, it's almost more like a punching weapon. And again, you know, just showing you, hey, you can dock the XX with the G-Falcon. Airmaster Burst again. Same story on the top. And here we have it over here, just, you know, aiming its guns, holding its little weird beam axe. Everything out. And yeah, there you can see how it combines with the G-Falcon to make a just horrifying monster. And I tried to show this earlier. It's kind of hard. I really like the G-Falcon has its, you know, extra little missiles there. You know, good fit with you know, just everything on this kit. You know, it's pretty cool. And this is another 1,500 kit. I mean, these are pretty good kits for the time. So, you know, this price, if you could have got it and paid the around 15 bucks, it would have been pretty great. I mean, this is you know, high grade 1/100 scale. It's pretty decent quality. I mean, granted, like our high grade 1/144ths now that you pay about the same price for, or maybe even a bit more, are a lot nicer in general. But I mean, again, this is a nearly 20-year-old kit now. Anyway, I've only got 2 more left to go. Here we go. Here's a master grade. Again, another super old one. It's the master grade. Man, it is. It's kind of weird how they kind of put the kits over the text sometimes. Because if you look at that, the text that you can see. Well, actually, you can even see it because it's bigger than the camera showing. The only letters that aren't touched at all by the picture are SC1. So Zeta plus C1. I know I looked at this kit in that Hungate store many times, and I kept wanting to get it, but it being a department store selling it, it was just the price was too much. I have no idea what it was. It was probably like 60-70 bucks. I mean, I don't remember at all. That's me just kind of making it up, but it probably cost way more than it was worth. Same story on the bottom. And we've got pictures of it on the side. You know, that's probably about the limit of how it holds the gun as well. I don't know. I'll build it. So, oh, it doesn't really have a back attachment, so it should be able to do better. It probably won't be able to support the weight, but we'll have to see. Let's see all the extra stuff here. And I like early on, I guess they want to make a big deal out of the fact that it had the internal frame. So look at this. Woo. Okay. All right, on to the top. Same thing. Same story as all of them. Another little shooting pose. Shows off the transformation. It's a landing skid. Marking, just one marking apparently. And a little undershot of it. 3,000 yen. It's not too bad. It's an old kit, but whatever. I was pretty happy I got it, and then I apparently forgot I got it because I don't know. I have no idea why I forgot it. Now this is the one that really surprises me though. I did not realize, or I forgot how big this box was. The camphor, or part of it, because it's so huge. I know it's just kind of poorly packed as well. There's a lot of empty space in the box, but it's still kind of nuts because the camphor it's not really a giant mega huge monster suit, but this is pretty big. This is also a really old kit. It really needs a Master Grade 2.0. It'd be nice, but it's from one of the series where Bandai's just like, well, this isn't the original show, so we don't really care. It's not a main Gundam. We don't need to do anything for it. Thanks, Bandai. There we go. Just showing off all the stuff it has. A lot of stuff. A lot of nice thrusters. It's got, the chain mine whip. I always thought that was a really strange idea. You got to get close and you got to get away. 4,000 yen, a little more than a C+. The same story on the bottom here as always. And here we have, just some more poses. It probably doesn't have a whole lot of poses it can do. Again, this is a 20-year-old kid or something, or not 20-year-old, but it's closing in on it, 15 plus. Not terrible, but it's old. But it's pretty cool just finding all these, and I look forward to building them sometime. When? Who knows? Because they are it's going to be really weird stepping back and building these after having built brand new kits and such nice kits of such nice mobile suits for a while. But it'll be interesting. I just want to get through my backlog before I go into these super old ones. I do want to make a later video showing some more stuff about these, because they just have some different things you don't usually see on kits now, for better or worse. Like the F91 I specifically want to show, and then also the camphor has the thing that old Master Grades used to do, where for whatever reason you get like a little extra box cover inside. It's pretty cool. Maybe it's kind of wasteful. I don't really know what you're going to do with it, because I've started saving some box covers now, but just extra stuff you don't need. But yeah, basically that's it. I just have one more thing I want to show. Speaking of ancient discoveries, I have to show the box that I found this in. So take a look. Here we go. A fax machine. Fast. 10 pages per minute. Says it works with Windows. I wish it said like the year, because like when you look at the box, it looks like this should be like an 80s thing, so I would expect to see like works with operating systems up to Windows 3.1, but it's not that old, because when I look at this, 2004. So yeah, ancient. I did also want to show some other stuff I had in here real quick. These are all ones that I've already built, but I just kind of kept them in here for whatever unknown reason. This is a really cool one, the original like 1/100th Nu Gundam. It's a very interesting kit. I think this one actually had I feel like it had an inner frame, maybe not. It had metal parts on it and stuff. It's just really new, interesting kit. I can't remember all the stuff that made it really unique at the time, but it's really cool. It's also really ancient now, and it'd be cool for collectors, but nobody I don't think anybody would really care to get it now. It's a really interesting kit though. It's, pretty good price too, 2,500. It's a big kit. Then we have, I think I just put this one in here literally because I love the suit, Death Scythe Hell. Painting looks kind of weird. I don't know what it is. The picture of it just looks really weird. I don't know. I find more and more I've never liked the helmet Death Scythe Hell has as much as I like the suit, but I don't know, the helmet kind of bugs me. This back in, and here we have one of the first kits I built with Dan the Plastic Man. It was a Macross kit. It's kind of funny earlier. Instead of saying Macross, I said Robotech, so I was going to record a little thing saying, "I know it says Macross right there." Yeah, I think I also screwed this one up. Its arms are frozen in place by glue and I only half painted it. And then the last Ancient Discovery or whatever is just, I don't know why this is in here, but my box for the Game Boy Advance SP. And it has Spider-Man 2, and I remember that game. I think it was. I think the first mission was you were collecting and delivering pizzas of Spider-Man. But anyway, that's all. I just wanted to show off this Ancient Discovery of mine. This video is getting too long, so I will close out with a little scene cut to one of my newest and most favorite builds. Well, I should take that back. Not build, but, you know, mobile suit. Bandai really needs to make themselves a new 1/100th Master Grade TV version, Death Scythe Hell, whatever else. Just give us a nicer, newer version of this kit. They probably won't, but I have to say, especially after building this kit, I'd buy 2 of them from Bandai. This one was a pain. Anyway, I hope you people, all probably 6 or 7 of you that end up across this video, enjoyed it. And that's pretty much it for now. And I'm not an aspiring YouTuber or anything, so you don't get the usual jingle. Bye-bye.